Hello, all my beautiful people. This is Val. This is how you do it. I have 3 teaspoons of butter in here that I just melted, and I'm going to take a scoop of sugar, probably 1/4 scoop of sugar, and I'm going to get my teaspoon out. I'm going to get some yeast, and I'm going to do 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoons of active yeast. You can get this at Walmart in the packages or like this. If you use the packages, just use 1 package. I'm going to get me a teaspoon of salt. You can use whatever brand of salt that you want, but I happen to use the Himalayan salt because that's what I have. But first of all, I'm going to mix this together. Get all these wet ingredients and this good old yeast and stuff. Get it start activated. Now, the reason I went on and melted the butter, because if you have your grease too hot and do this, there's an egg that has to go in here. You will fry your egg in the process of stirring it up in here. So that's one reason of doing it like this. There is a method to the madness. You hear me? And the sugar helps activate the yeast. And I'm stirring this up to mix that egg up in here to make sure that that egg is well blended into this mix here. And it is. Now I'm going to pour a 1/2 cup of water. And I'm going to continue to mix. I'm using this spatula here. I like the way this spatula is made because it's made big and wide as your hand. It's like you're kneading like this with your hand. But right now, when you're doing a liquid process, you got to mix it anyway. It's not a kneading process. It's just a mixing. It's the kneading come in when I start to add the flour. Now that is done, we're going to add 1 cup of flour. We're adding a total of 2 cups, but I'm just counting off right now. This is 1 cup. I'm going to go ahead on and put the other cup in here and just go right into the process of everything, and the kneading process and all of that good stuff. Now we're through with the flour. Now we're just going to mix this together. Only thing I didn't bring out just then is the top that I'm going to put on top of this to cover it up. And when I cover it up, I'm going to cover it up for 1 hour to let it rise. Let everything rise. This is like my hand, y'all. See? Turn, mash down. Turn, mash down. Pull till you mash down. Just like kneading. I'm about through with this, y'all. Okay, you guys, I'm not going to do anything else to this. I'm just going to put a top on this and let this sit for an hour. Grabbing the top. Oh, it's not over here. I'm putting it in the cabinet here. And this top is just going to sit right here. I'm going to set my timer. 1 hour. I'm sorry, it was really big and it just dropped some, but I'm going to knead this a little bit more and let it set for another 30 minutes. But it rolls pretty good. Knead this for about a minute or so. Okay, people, I'm going to leave this like this and just let it sit for another 30 minutes. Just want to knead it for. Okay, put a little flour down. Get your bread out. That next 30 minutes it did work, so we're going to just drop it down right here. I usually make my rolls really big, but this time I'm gonna make them smaller than I normally make them. Cause I used to make them about 6 of them. I'm gonna try to do about 12 instead of 6. Cause because that's a lot of bread, and we've been watching our weight. So we said we're gonna start cutting our portions in half. Instead of cutting our portion in half, just, you know, actually making the bread smaller. I got my little circle here. I'm gonna get me something to cut it with. Cut that in half. And I usually get 3 out of a half. So, I'm just going to keep cutting them in half. That's what I'm going to do. And maybe we'll come up with some even ones. With a half 6, I just have to cut one for 2 of them. So let's see how this is going to work. It's 4, 5, 6. Let's see. I guess I'll have to do 8. That's even smaller. So, see why you're doing it like that? Because I'm going to twist it like a pretzel. Put that on the inside of it. And then put one in the middle. And I'm going to keep doing this. Making these little circles. Until I get them all done. I think this is probably an easier way to do it this way because I was having trouble trying to do it the other way. And just go ahead and put that one on top right there and circle the rest of it around it like that. It's a design that I'm making once the bread bake up. That's why I'm going through it like this. Yeah, this is much easier. Just roll it around and put the other one underneath. Now, this is what I have here, you guys. Now, I'm going to make the second batch and put it in here. And then I'm going to let them rise and then bake it. Okay, people, this is the bread after letting it sit for 30 minutes. I let it rise. And I'm going to put it in the oven on 550 for about 20 minutes. Well, people, this is what the rolls look like. And I'm going to get some butter and spread all over them. And this is Val. Well, this is how you do it. I ask you to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and share with somebody. We're at home now. We might not be able to get to the store like we want to, but then you can pop some bread in the oven and have homemade bread. It smells wonderful in here. Now, you could have stopped this cooking if you don't want it this brown. It don't have to be this brown. You could have stopped it a little earlier where it just barely turning brown, and it'd been just fine. Well, if you melt this butter, then it'll be easier to put on without the spoon. You can brush it on. And let me swap this around and let you see how this looks over here. And I made them smaller on purpose because we're cutting back, remember? Okay, like the first time you let the dough rise, it can be an hour, hour and a half, or to 2 hours. Depends on how quickly your bread rises. Depends on how warm it is in the house. If it's not warm enough, you can put your oven on warm, cover it up, and sit it in there for the allotted time that I told you to do it, and then it'll rise quicker in a warm place. That's why I took it out the oven earlier, because I had it sitting in there too warm. To let it rise a little better. And this is Val. This is how you do it. Just a little trick that I told you about to let you know how to get your bread to rise. And I'll talk to all you beautiful people in the next video. Bye bye now. I'm gonna make sure you get a good picture. Yep. Make sure you can look at it really good.